Hey everybody, welcome back to my garage. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my 2015 Tuono V4 here. We swapped in an RSV4 1100 engine from a 2016, and on the last little outing we had a bit of an issue with overheating. Since then I've done a lot of research, went onto the forums and found like hundreds of pages of people complaining about the same thing. A lot of them were from newer generations which had bikes that shipped out with unmixed coolant, so they were overheating like crazy. And some were just from this generation too, saying that they would turn the bike off at lights just to keep it from overheating. So I'm going to take a couple precautions here for street riding. So I'm going to be putting engine ice into the bike here. And the reason for doing so is I want to elevate the boiling point of the coolant. That way I have a little bit of insurance when the bike gets that hot that I can actually mitigate the heat. Whereas the water and water wetter boils at a lower temperature. So that's kind of what happened when I boiled over sitting at the light for 2 cycles. Additionally, I'm going to be putting on a higher pressure cap here. This is from a KTM, and I'll list the part number in the description. It's a 1.8 bar instead of the 1.4 that comes stock. Again, not actually going to solve the issue of it overheating, but it's going to buy me a little bit more time in that zone before it starts boiling over. Unfortunately, it seems like there's no magic bullet on these bikes. People have tried everything from adding a third radiator fan to setting the fans to come on earlier, but as far as I can tell, nobody's had a great solution for just keeping it cool. Something else I wanted to note, I actually took the bike out after it overheated, and if you ride it like you stole it, it stays cool. But it's sitting at lights and just kind of staying under like 3,000 RPM, which honestly I don't want to do anyway, but when you're stuck behind a car, it tends to happen. So let's get this coolant changed out, throw the radiator cap on, and go take it for a rip. At this point, it's mostly straight water because I lost a lot of the water wetter coolant mix when I boiled over. When I was talking about people actually adding a third fan, they managed to wedge it in right here. That's a pretty tight squeeze if you ask me. I think they had to really cut up the spall fans to get it in there. And the header is right here. So it's like, I don't know, I can't even fit my fingers between the header and the radiator. So it's no wonder that these bikes get really hot. All right, I got the drain plug back in. Let's fill her up. I pulled the bike off the side stand. It got our radiator cap elevated to the highest point in the system, which makes filling it a lot easier. If you leave it on the stand, it'll get a ton of bubbles. It'll take forever to fill. All right, I've got the coolant tank filled up as well as the radiator, and I'm going to install our new radiator cap here. Then we're going to get the bike warm, let the thermostat open and cycle, and then we'll check the coolant level again after it cools down. Alright, I'll let the bike cool down so that this isn't blazing hot. Let's take a look at the level in here. Oh. Little spritz. Oh, yeah, perfect.
It's possible I had an air pocket in here when the bike overheated, so I made sure to heat cycle the bike a few times and get all of that air bled.
Just gonna pop this side panel on here and we can go for a rip. So after the radiator cap and the coolant change, we're sitting nice and pretty at lights around 200 to 215 degrees. Now, if I go raging up to a light, it'll be a little bit higher. But for the most part, this has solved all of our issues as far as overheating. I've been having a lot of fun on the streets with this bike, but I really need to get it to the track. I rarely take it out of third gear anywhere around here, and that's already above and beyond the speed limit. Also, check out this yellow Tesla here. I got a few 360 cam shots from some of the days that I've been riding, and I'm going to leave off on there. Thanks for hanging out with me in the garage. I'll see you in the next one.